Thank you for that. Folks, we got a special guest with us right now, Congressman from Michigan, Congressman Tim Walberg. Congressman Tim Walberg has been on the program before. One of the remnants that I talk about in Congress, because the remnant's getting smaller and smaller, one of the good guys. He's been with us before. He has just introduced a bill that I'm excited about because it's a step. It's not huge, but it's a step in the right direction, and that is to stop what you hear me rant about all the time, these midnight votes when nobody's read anything. Congressman, welcome. I sure appreciate you being here with us.
It's good to be with you again. I appreciate the opportunity.
Congressman, tell us how you feel about this bill that you put through. It's called the Midnight Rule Relief Act. Tell me how you feel about getting that thing through. Is that going to be a possibility?
Well, we got it through committee the other day, voted out of committee, and it's now on the floor of the House, and hopefully it will be brought up relatively soon. It's something that, while the Democrats on committee all voted against it, hypocritically, I must say, because when Harry Reid brought it up a few years ago, as well as Jerry Nadler from New York, Congressman Nadler, they supported it. Basically the same bill that said during that short period of time, basically 10 weeks between the election in November and the swearing in of the new president on January 20th, no rules will be offered or finalized. All it basically says is that the people have spoken. Now it's time to let the next president, the next administration, the next set of bureaucrats in the departments deal with rules moving forward. If you can't get your rules through the rule process, the regulatory process, for the prior 4 years or even 2 years leading up to the elections, then it's probably not a good thing to just run it through at midnight without the possibility really of Congress reacting to it or acting upon those regulations.
So this is a good thing for both sides of the aisle. It's not like it's only going to affect one party or the other. I mean, it's going to be a good thing for both sides of the aisle. And
absolutely, It
go
would
ahead.
say it for a Republican president or a Democrat president that hey, if you want your bureaucratic agencies to push rules through that you support and feel as necessary, well, do it at a time that also allows the people's representatives. Remember, Dan, these bureaucratic agencies, departments were not established by the president. They're established by Congress, the people's representatives. We put them in place, good, bad, or indifferent. We've done it. So we do have the authority to regulate the regulators. And so when you have a setting where the president, in that lame duck session, when nobody's in Washington, we just finished up their elections, nothing is really going to happen until after the 20th January when the new president is signed in, then why should you give the outgoing president the opportunity to push rules through with no oversight? And that's all this says. So Democrat or Republican administration would come under this provision.
Folks, we have a very strong listening base in Michigan. We're going to be out there this month doing 2 town hall meetings in Grand Rapids and Muskegon. I know that's not part of your district, but if you want to come by and meet some great people from Michigan, we'd love to have you. But what do they need to do? Not the people of Michigan, but all the people around the country, everybody, who they have to call and ask their senators at this point and their congressmen to vote for this Midnight Rule Relief Act. What's the number? Or what's the?
I believe it's 4912. But the easiest thing to do is just have your listeners contact their member of Congress specifically. And I'd start now with the House member. And say, I would like you to support Congressman Walberg's Midnight Rule Relief Act, and ask that leadership would take it up on the floor of the House for a vote. We'd like the Senate to get it over to the Senate, and then we can put pressure on the senators to move it forward. But at the very least, it establishes a marker that says if there is the will in both houses, we can take our Article I powers back and control the president from being rogued during 10 weeks of lame duck session.
We're going to continue to push this, Congressman. I'm sorry we're short on time, but We want to have you back and follow through with this. And I know that you continue to work hard in Congress for the people of Michigan. And I hope all of them that are listening are proud that you're a part. And if you're a part of District 7, this is your guy. And this is how we're going to do this. Little by little, we've got to peck away at some of these things that just aren't right for the American people. Congressman, thank you so much. I sure look forward to having you again. I sure appreciate you. I know you're busy today in meetings, and I appreciate you stopping by. Folks, we got to call.
So
you're welcome. We've got to call our Congress people Midnight Rule Relief Act. Vote for it.